I'm trying to read through, like, the Discworld books, some Neil Gaiman stuff, like I read Neverwhere, and I've read, Good Omens, and I wanted to read American Gods next, so I just really like Neil Gaiman as a writer. I'm a big fan. I'm also reading Sandman in comics as well, so. He's just got a really weird, whimsical, strange storytelling way of telling stories. His imagination is like the best part of reading Gaiman. Just creates these very, very strange worlds that are fun to take part in. I mean, if you've seen the series Good Omens, it's kind of like this. It's this idea of like there's an apocalypse coming, but nobody really wants it. Well, everybody's kind of expecting it. Like the angels are like, all right, we got to do the apocalypse now. And the demons are like, all right, we got to do the apocalypse. And you have a demon that's like, I don't really want to because like I kind of like hanging out on Earth and this will be really boring. And so he gets in league with his angel and they both kind of work together. So it like toes the line between like good and evil. And it's just like, we're all just trying to have fun, and the Antichrist gets born, and they like try everything they can to just like prevent this from happening, and it just kind of. Anyways, it's a really silly premise. It's a really silly book, but it's a lot of fun, and it's got good characters, and you know, just the imagination of it is really interesting. But yeah, I intend on reading American Gods. I've never seen the show, but I want to read the book, obviously.
Yeah. What? Yes. Here. Yeah.
Didn't I... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was gonna use Stun Droid.
Yes.
Well, that just worked out for us, didn't it? Did you just give up on, like, recovering this mine? There we go. Do I need to... I think... Oh. I want to leave and come back, because I think I want to bring the droid with me. Instead of, mission. I think I'm going to keep Bastila with me, because I feel like it is a Jedi. This is a Jedi test kind of thing. Has to do with the Jedi, so I'll keep Bastila with me. I'm hoping that not, like, everything has to do with the Jedi, you know? Or else, you know? Because that's kind of how I usually determine, like, who to bring. My parties and stuff, you know. Alright. Let's go back in. But yeah, I'm reading through those. I don't know what, I feel like there's another one that I wanted to read, but I can't remember what it's called. Well, Good Omens was a joint effort between Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, so, like, that's... I want to read through all of Discworld as well, because Terry Pratchett's also a very interesting author. He kind of does these very parodical, is parodical a word? I feel like I've used it before. I don't know if that's actually a word. Paradoxical. Paradox? No, that's a different word. Never mind.
What? Yes.
Is it working?
Hmm? What can I do?
Wow, this is actually going really well. Surprisingly cool tactics we can employ here. There's a computer panel. Who's good at computer? Oh, I have the droid. I have the droid. Yeah, I don't know. Well, this place is actually a lot bigger than I thought.
I'm here.
No, damn it. View north hallway. Nothing. Corrupt patrol droid. I don't see anything here. South hallway. Okay, I do see a droid there. Security computer room. That's where we are. Okay, central security room. Mm-hmm. Okay, that probably did something, I don't know. View repair room. Let's do it again. Storage room. One last time. Oh, insufficient spikes. Let's just overload the computer. There we go. That works too, huh? And then we can download the area schematic. And we can leave. I'm not really sure what the other thing actually did. Oh, they're gonna shoot at each other, so that's good. We'll just wait. Let's just wait for the firing to stop. Well, in the meantime, I need to level up my girl. Skills, demolitions, awareness, persuasion. Really, we should be focusing on upping persuasion here. It's one of the more important things we could be doing. We can master two-weapon fighting, but at the same time, I also want to master lightsaber proficiency here. Feel like that's important. So let's do that first, probably. And we can add more powers. We can add force shield. Oh, this is restricted by armor. Oh, that's why we can't use. I see. I was wondering why it wouldn't allow it. I see now. All of these are restricted by armor. Fascinating. Well, this is kind of cool, huh? What happens if I throw a lightsaber, but I have two lightsabers? I don't think I've ever actually used Dominate Mind, though. There is chaos out here at the... Oh, well, we do have an idea. Okay, there's the holding cell there. So we know where everything is. Question is it going to be a bad move to
What?
actually go everywhere? I kind of just want to wait for this to work itself out.
What can I do?
Okay. Yeah, like I've got some other books because I've been thinking about other stuff that I remembered I wanted to read at some point, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I can do that. Like the Devil May Cry novels. They had a whole like light novel series. Can you call it a series? I don't know. It's like a whole original story set in the Devil May Cry universe, and I always did want to read that. I actually bought both of those books. If it's okay for me to admit to that. Thing is, the second book especially is incredibly expensive. I think it cost me like $200 to get a copy of just the second book. Who has Demolitions? I would have thought he had the best... Oh, his Demolitions is garbage. Never mind. Alright, well, we need... Shit. Nobody has Demolitions. Can you just disable it? Yeah, okay, cool. I think Mission has the highest Demolitions. I do want to save here because I kind of want to just go out to, like, the main hallway area. I love how she, like, gave me this discreet way to get in, and I was like, oh, fuck it. I don't need it. Oh, I can't go this way. Yeah, I can. Oh, non-family members are not permitted entrance. Okay. They kind of, boned me there a little bit, huh? Let's take a look. I am gonna go wherever the heck I want, and you can't freaking stop me, dude. Nobody can freaking stop me. I'm a master of my own destiny. What is back here? Ah, I see.
I'm here.
Did that even work? Oh my god. Actually worked insanely well. Never mind. I want to do this. Force push. Well, whatever. I wanted to do it really bad. I thought it would be cool. Alright. We took care of him. Response package. That's a neural implant. Light scan visor. That's kind of bizarre, isn't it? I don't think I have anything like that. Awareness +4. It could be useful. Oh, but she can't use it. Oh, because she didn't have an armor. Bruh. Let's keep the Verpine headband for now. Certainly not the worst thing we could have equipped. Oh man. Oh boy. Oof. Oof. Oof, you know? It's kind of hard to get myself in like a comfortable position when I'm doing this because I have to lean into the microphone because I definitely want to be, you know, looking at speaking into the microphone. Kind of realize the importance of that. Oh, I actually can't use... I just realized I gave her throw lightsaber, and I'm not going to have her use a lightsaber ever again, so it's kind of...
What can I do?
Pointless, isn't it? Why did I do that? I didn't even think about that. I don't know, medium plating type is like the same thing. Okay. So we've already been in this room. So that just wrapped back around. So let's check over here. Have we been in here? Take a look there. It's locked.
Yes?
We can fix that for sure. What do we got? Credits in a med pack. That's perfect. So we came through there. So we got a couple rooms over here to check. Another footlock. Oh, no, never mind. That was it was an optical illusion. There was not actually a footlocker there. We've got a Sentinel Wardrobe. This should be pretty easy to deal with. So this guy is pretty much almost... There we go. Yep. Kind of figured that's how that would go. Prison key. Okay. Got a faulty wardrobe droid. Seems a little pointless. I don't know. Leave it alone. Oh, I actually did use one to fix it, but whatever. Who cares? Probably shouldn't have done that. So we searched that. There's one more room we can take a look at, and it's right over here. And that's where what's-her-face is, I guess. Let's do the level ups here. Let's do some level ups. It's always fun. Skills. Awareness. And treat injury, I guess. Powers. Disable droid. Temporarily shuts down all droids. That seems very useful right now. In the moment. Seems incredibly useful. Cool. Let me just save real quick before I talk to this lady. See if there's any reason to do so.
Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope.
I'm aware.
Please find...
I would like to see what's in here, though. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're done here. Not much left to do except to save our boy, who I'm assuming is right in here. Hello?
Who are you? What do you want with me? Are you working for my father? Rescue me? No. I won't leave. It's too dangerous. It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since I was captured.
What, her father's gonna kill her?
Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. Nurik is insane with grief over the loss of his son, Cassus. If I leave with you, it is Rahasia who will suffer. I cannot allow that.
She's his daughter, dude. What do you expect he's gonna do to her? What if we take Rahasia with us?
If you can convince Rahasia to escape with us, I will accompany you. Though I do not know if she'd be willing to turn her back on her home and family. Who could imagine a Sandral doing such a thing for the sake of a Matali? But if she will not go, then I too shall stay. I would rather face my own death than have her face her father's wrath because I escaped.
Why do your families hate each other so much?
My father thinks the Sandrals are thieves and liars who followed him here to Dantooine just to steal what he's earned for himself. My father is an egotist and can be violent at times, but I think he still cares for me. Rahasia's father seems to be falling into the same pattern as mine. They're both too unreasonable to be talked to about the other. I think the only hope Rahasia and I will ever have is if we can escape both of them. Please, find Rahasia and speak to her. Get her to flee this place with me.
Mm-hmm. I'll give it a go, bro. But I'm not sure why she would want to do that.
What are you doing here? Have you found Shen yet?
I'm trying to rescue Shen, but he won't leave without you.
Shen can be so stubborn sometimes. If one of the security droids sees me wandering the halls, Father will get suspicious. I can't risk it.
They're all dead.
But I know Shen would rather die than leave me here alone to face the wrath of my father. Tell Shen I will meet you outside the gates. I will wait as long as I can, but you must hurry.
Sure. Off we go. This was really easy.
You're back. Have you spoken to Rahasia?
Sure have.
I pray she is not just telling me what I want to hear. But I will have to take that chance. Hurry then, we must not keep Rahasia waiting.
Shen, you're safe.
Rahasia! Oh, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us.
There's no problem.
No, we know that you must have gone to great personal risk to get us out of the Sandral estate undetected.
Eh. It's fine.
But surely we can...
Uh-oh. Oh, this doesn't seem good.
There you are, Shen.
Father!
Mr. Matale,
Rahasia!
Father.
Mr. Sandral!
Nurik! Alan!
This is so stupid.
I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son.
You had taken my Cassus from me long before that. You started it.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Now I will get revenge for your transgressions.
Please listen to her, Father.
Why should I listen to the Jedi? All you want is to remain with that Sandral harlot.
My daughter is not a harlot, Matale dog.
Why don't you try listening to your
Our
children?
children don't know enough of what's good for them to make a reasonable decision.
Eh.
It's better to let older, wiser heads like ours make the decision.
Rahasia and I don't want you to make decisions for us. We want to live alone away from you.
You insolent boy! If you want to live alone, then so be it. I disown you. Never set foot in my house again.
We go with Shen Rahasia.
Rahasia, you will not leave with this Matale boy.
I am, Father, and you can't stop me. We're leaving for the Enclave.
You foolish girl.
Do not try to force them to
You
return.
expect us to just let them leave? Droids, stop them!
You will not turn your droids on my daughter. Droids, don't let them take Rahasia.
We appear to be at an impasse then. And they got away.
It is your fault, Alan. You were always too violent for your own good.
Me? You were the one who rushed out here with war droids.
Shut up.
Do not tell me what to do, Jedi. The Council will hear of the trouble you caused here today. Indeed they shall.
Okay, bro. I don't even care. I did the right thing. Didn't I, Bestia? I did the right
How
thing.
can I help?
I want to talk about that dream.
It was less of a dream and more of a vision. A vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not. Are you wondering why we shared the vision? Or why we even received it in the first place? To the first, I can only repeat the answer that the Council gave us. Our fates are linked. And for two as strong as we are in the Force, that amounts to a near-physical bond. As to the second, I truly don't have an answer for you. The Force works as it will, and perhaps we should be grateful for what
So
we've been
soft-spoken.
given.
Do you, why?
Perhaps because we desired to. Perhaps because they came to this planet and were strong enough in the Force to leave a trace.
What do you mean by a trace?
They did something important here. Of that, I am certain. It may be simply that we are sensitive to that event, or it may not. We dreamed about Revan and Malak either because we were meant to, or because we needed to. There is no other way to look at it.
Yeah. You think we'll receive more?
With luck, we will. I would rather not rely on such visions to guide us, but when we have so little else to go on, and the galaxy hangs in the balance.
Uh-huh.
As you
Goodbye.
wish. We really should return off.
It was a very enlightening discussion. Not really. Is there any reason I should go back to... I guess we should go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the Enclave, see if we can talk to... well, they said they were going back to the Enclave, so they might be there. We might be able to talk to them for some reason. If we want to. So yeah, I have the Devil May Cry two of those novels to read through. I think that'll be really interesting because I know they make reference to them in a lot of the other things. Like Devil May Cry 5, I think is, apart from being a phenomenal game, is like absolutely made for the fans. Like it just references pretty much everything. It even references the anime. It references these novels. Like I absolutely love their attention to their own like universe that they've created and how, like, man, I just respect that so much. Like there's not a lot of things that like care that intently about all of the different things within. Devil May Cry is one of those. I think it's just Capcom. Capcom is phenomenal at this most of the time. Like Devil May Cry does a great job of this, and I think Resident Evil does a great job of it as well. Resident Evil pays a lot of like homage to even its most obscure stuff. Like one of my favorite things to talk about, I mean, in Resident Evil 7 they make a reference to Resident Evil Outbreak of all things. Like Resident Evil Outbreak was a PS2 game that you could play online with other people. And it's not an especially well-known, it's one of the more obscure Resident Evil titles. They made 2 of them. But there's a group of there's 8 survivors in that you can play as, 8 different characters. And they make a reference to one of them as having written a clip, a sort of news story in Resident Evil 7. Her name is used because she's a reporter in Resident Evil Outbreak. Like, it's all canon. She exists in this universe, and her name is in one of these reports, that she wrote one of these articles, which is like so great. Isn't it just fucking amazing that they would do something like that? I just love that so much. One of my favorite things to reference in Resident Evil 4 is, well, like I said, it's in Resident Evil 4. Basically, they reference this, at the beginning of Resident Evil 4, they make reference to the 3 different outbreaks that happened, the 3 famous outbreaks. There's obviously the Raccoon City outbreak, which is referenced in, I mean, not only Resident Evil Outbreak, but Resident Evil 2 and 3. It's kind of the most famous one that people know about. Then there's the Rockford Island incident, which is Code Veronica reference. And then they reference the outbreak on Sheena Island, which is one that most people probably don't know. But that's a reference to Resident Evil Survivor on the PS1, which is like it's an on-rails shooter. But it's one of the most obscure ones, and it wasn't even a particularly well-received game. I've played it. It's kind of a mess, but they still reference it. Like, you know, they're still like, yeah, this happened. It did happen. Like, it would make sense that they would reference it, but it's like, isn't it weird that they do, you know? Isn't it weird that they don't just, like, forget about it? I don't know. So I fucking love, like, that's a good way to, like, make me really appreciate you is when you when you care, you know, when you care about what you're doing, when you care about your franchise as a whole. I don't know. That's part of what gets me into, like, wanting to read these expansive universes stuff. It's just, like, how much homage do they pay to all these different things? And if they pay a lot, then I'm especially impressed by it, you know? But yeah, it's just really cool. So I do want to read those. I read a little bit of Devil May Cry, the original novel, a little bit of it, like a few pages, maybe like 10 pages or so, but I never really got into it, so I want to start it over, and I'm gonna read both. And then the other book, actually this kind of transitions really well, because the other book I just thought about the other day was there's a series of Resident Evil novels written by S.D. Perry that I remember hearing about. Some of them are just kind of retellings of the games, and then others are like fully original stories, like this one called Caliban Cove that feature characters from the games. So I remember wanting to read them. They're not canon, so that's definitely something to consider, because they do create like new stories and new details and stuff that's not really included in the games or anything. Especially like the retellings of the games, you know, they aren't especially canon. But it's always been like an interesting thing that people talk about, and I was like, you know what'd be interesting? Maybe I should read those. So I'm gonna read that series as well. See what it's about. Resident Evil is actually one of my favorite franchises of all time, so I'm pretty excited for it. Okay. My sound went out, which means I have to restart the game. This just happens every now and again. Yeah, but I guess that's the extent of all the different things I'm reading. But I also want to play through more games, you know? Is it still broken? That didn't make any sound at all. I think it's still broken. I think I might have to restart it entirely. Oh, no. I don't want to restart the console. I just want to... Is there no way to quit back to... I guess not. Shit. That's annoying. Alright, well, let's hope this doesn't mess up the recording. Hello?
The Force fights with me!
Is my controller not working?
Get on those gun turrets!
Oh, what the fuck, dude? I can't skip this. I actually can't. Okay. That's upsetting. Let's try again. This thing is a fucking disaster, dude. I literally couldn't skip the thing at all, which just means that my controller wasn't working for whatever reason. I don't know why. That's a first. That's never happened before. I should be able to skip that. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to skip that. There's no reason I should have to sit through the whole thing. Kind of stupid. Here we go. Oh, the more I play this, the more I'm like, am I actually going to be able to finish this game, being as it is? Being as buggy and glitchy and messy as it is? I really am interested to know if this game, when it came out on the original Xbox, was like this badly optimized. Because definitely, I remember trying to play through Fable 2 on the Xbox 360. Oh, that was on the 360 though. That game was a fucking buggy mess as well. That shit just didn't work. I wonder if people were just more accepting of it. If it's like, oh yeah, it just is bugged, you know. I'm gonna change out my party. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna leave and change out my party, I guess. Such an annoying mechanic. Yeah, I don't know. Today I read, I read through, and I can't even remember what all I've talked about. Sometimes I just talk to myself, and then I can't remember if I actually mentioned any of that on the show, or if I've already talked about it. We're bringing the Wookiee with us. Zelbar. I read a little bit of Preacher. I was thinking about, like, I watched this show, and I was wondering, because I remember the show being really boring. Like, the comics were written by Garth Ennis, and I was, like, always, like, oh, this is probably a really interesting series, and I always wanted to read it, and then the show was coming out, so I was like, oh, I'll just watch this show. And then I was like, well, I was kind of bored. Like, I watched a little bit of the show.
I think the droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect.
I don't know any of those
The
languages.
droid can probably understand us. The only problem is it may not have been programmed with the phonemes of a language we can understand.
Produce any of the languages spoken by the slaves of the builders. Okay, I know that one. Hey, I understood
I
that.
recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Selkath dialect spoken on Manan. But why would a droid on Dantooine be programmed to speak ancient Selkath?
How do I know ancient Selkath? Communication was vital to ensure that the slaves constructed this temple according to the wishes of the builders. Was it ever explained why I can speak so many different random languages? You are not of the slave species. Neither are you of the builders. You are like the one who came before.
It must be referring to Revan. The Dark Lord and Malak likely encountered this droid when they explored these ruins.
You some type of guardian? I'm the Overseer. Builders programmed me to enforce discipline among the slaves while this monument to the power of the Star Forge was constructed. At project completion, all slaves were executed. I was reprogrammed to serve should a builder return in search of knowledge of the Star Forge. How long? What is the Star Forge? Star Forge is the glory of the builders, the apex of their infinite empire. It is a machine of invincible might, a tool of unstoppable conquest. Could you be a little more specific? The Star Forge is the glory of the builders, the apex of their infinite empire. It is a machine of invincible might, a tool of unstoppable conquest.
The droid is obviously not programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Star Forge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps. Though in fact, it could be anything.
Could it have been a factory or weapons
Maybe.
plant?
That might explain how the Sith were able to amass a fleet so quickly. But I suspect the Star Forge is more powerful than a mere factory. Maybe the droid has more information we can use. It seems to respond to you. Perhaps you should ask it something else.
What would happen if I didn't have Bastilla in my party right now? Would we just not be able to communicate with this thing? Who are these builders you keep talking about? Builders are the great masters of the galaxy, the conquerors of all worlds, the rulers of the infinite empire, and the creators of the Star Forge.
These builders must have been an extinct people. Though it is strange, there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them. In the years before the Republic, the Hutts were a dominant force in the galaxy, but they never constructed an empire. In fact, I know of no species that would fit with this information.
Maybe the builders refers to the Sith. I know nothing of these Sith, but they are not the builders. The builders are the builders. The empire of the builders is infinite and everlasting. None can stand against their might and the power of the Star Forge. Have you seen a builder recently? I've been here ever since the completion of this monument, and all this time no builder has returned to seek information on the Star Forge. How long have you been here? My chronological circuits have marked over 10 full revolutions of this system's outermost planet around the sun since the builders left, so 10 years?
10 evolutions would
Oh.
take more than 20,000 years.
Okay.
If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake.
That's ancient. There is no mistake. The builders constructed my chronological circuitry using the technology of the Starforge itself. My calculations are infallible. What is your purpose here again? Where can we find the Starforge? Now that the slaves are gone, my purpose is to aid those who seek knowledge of the Starforge, if they are worthy. The ones who came before you, the ones like you, not builders, but not slaves, sought knowledge of the Starforge and its origins. They proved themselves worthy. They discovered the secrets of the Starforge locked beyond the sealed door behind me, but there was another who failed to unlock the secrets and paid the ultimate price. Okay, so that was the other guy that the council sent.
The droid
Droid-
must be talking about poor Nemo.
Oh, fuck, that was
Council
Nemo?
sent him here to investigate.
Oh, no, not
His life.
Nemo. Dude, I remember Nemo. Aww. How can I prove myself worthy? Enter the proving grounds to the east and west. Within them, those who understand the will of the builders can unlock their secrets and open the doors. But those who fail will be destroyed by the power of the temple itself. More than this, I am not programmed to say.
Revan and Malik unlocked the sealed door and uncovered the secrets of the Starforge. Now Malik is using the Starforge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors to learn more about the Starforge. The Republic is depending on us.
Damn. Poor Nemo. What did we just pick up? Jedi Night Robe, right? So actually... Yeah, that's pretty epic. Look at you. Getting cooler and cooler by the minute. Yeah, so, yeah. I guess we'll just try to deal... Actually, I'm getting confused, so... That's not where we came from. Where did we came from here. Okay, and we walked in here, and we said, hey. We said, what's up, dude? Can I speak to you some more? You're either builder. If you seek the secrets of Starforge, you must first prove yourself worthy, only then. I want to ask you, I'm here to aid those... okay. Yep. Okay, goodbye. Okay, I guess we will, try our hand at doing this. Some more Guardian droids, huh?
What?
Can you still disable a Guardian droid? Looks like it.
I'm here.
He's got like a shield. It might actually help us to have I don't know if that's actually Alright, well let's go attack them. And we win these. Cool!
What?
I am starting to feel like maybe it would be a good idea to have the droid in here, though. Dealing with other droids is kind of a droid thing to do, you know. What's this? Yeah, I'm regretting this. I think I want to bring the other droid in here instead. Let's go back and get the droid again, real quick. Trying to think of other things. Oh, I've been reading. Right, so the show Preacher. When it came out, I was really excited for it, but I only watched like 3 episodes, and I was like kind of bored, and I stopped watching. And I eventually came and watched the rest of it in like last year sometime, like early last year. I think I watched the rest of it, and it was all right. Problem was, I like, genuinely, I kind of found it to be a little boring until the end of it. And then by the end of it, I was like, oh, this is actually like a kind of a cool premise that they're setting up here. So I'm like, oh, the second season actually might be really cool. And so I went, and when I read the comics, the interesting thing I learned is that the whole first season of the show is literally just the first issue. It's the first issue. So they spread out like the whole of the first issue over a whole season. And that's why it's kind of stupid. It's incredibly dumb, actually. I found that to be really interesting and fascinating.
What? Yes? I'm here.
That's why they do sprinkle a lot of the stuff. They put things out of order. So stuff that happened in issues a little bit later is kind of sprinkled into the first season. But the whole premise of them like leaving, you know, the chapel kind of being destroyed and him having this power that he decides to keep is kind of already done by the first issue. Like they already leave and go and travel. And I'm like, oh, see, this is cool. And yet they I don't know, they messed it up. I feel I need to watch like the second season, I think.
I'm here.
Wait, did it just fucking stop working? Oh, okay. Ancient computer hums and throbs as you approach. Its screen flickers to life, and a stream of incomprehensible characters scroll across it. Talk to the computer. The computer goes screen blank. Few extremely unusual characters that appear on the screen. The computer emits... You hear one of the tones softly echoed by your data pad. A small data receptacle opens in the front of the ancient machine. Insert your data pad. The computer seems to be interfacing with the data pad. The screen goes blank again. The more familiar characters begin to appear on screen. Hersiki Jusuf Suin So Itsufke. Talk to the computer. Data interpretation complete. Language analysis complete. Continue. Interrogate. Interrogative. Identify the 3 primary life-giving seed world types. Fuck if I know, dude. What? Oceanic. Planetary type conducive to life. Additional seed world types. Arboreal means with trees. I guess it would either be like a grassland or an arboreal. Probably. Conducive to life? Oh, all the ones conducive to life. Oceanic would be conducive to life. A desert, less so, but still possibly. If it's completely free of, like, water, probably not. Volcanic doesn't seem like that would be especially conducive to life. It says conducive, not impossible. So I think a grassland. Breaking life seal. Did I do it? I didn't completely, like, read that. But an oceanic would be very conducive to life, to be honest. Sup?
I'm here.
Did you even try to do this? Not sure if he actually did it. Honestly, this feels like it does more than anything else. Seems like the way to go, honestly.
I'm here.
Bup. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess Arboreal would be like a foresty area, you know. Earth has like a combination of like all of those, really. And Arboreal would be like a deciduous forest, or you know, coniferous forest. Either way, I guess it like a rainforest would probably count, or a jungle probably also count as Arboreal. You know, it is a specific type of place. It's hard to find a specific way to
What can I do?
say that other than a lot of trees. I guess we'll talk to the computer again. I don't know why we can't just insert it, given what we did with the other computer. We kind of already know that. I guess I'm to retrieve it. Talk again. It's processing. Identify the 3 primary death-giving seed world types. That I would say desert, volcanic, and barren. Breaking death seal.
I'm here.
That makes sense, right? Like, intuitively, those don't seem very conducive to life. Arboreal is. Absolutely. And oceanic is. Absolutely. I feel confident in what I've done here today. I don't know how Nemo really messed that one up. Well, let's save real quick in case we die. Poor Nemo. He tried his best, you know.
This must be what Revan and Malak found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began.
Is this the Star Forge?
This is a map. Some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malak must have used this to lead them to the Star Forge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Star Forge ourselves, but we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found.
I still don't understand about the Star Forge. What does it do?
I don't know, but Revan and Malak were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more. But I think this map might be the key to finding the Star Forge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Star Forge itself might be.
Perhaps those worlds have more
I was
clues.
thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Star Forge, but I know that Revan and Malak visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Star Forge. In some way to destroy
Bit of a needle in a haystack
we must inform
situation.
the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
Alright. So all we have is like a map of a bunch of different worlds and no information about what we're supposed to be looking for on them. That's very vague. Yo, bro. You've proven yourself worthy. The sealed door is open. If you wish to learn the secrets of Starforge, you must pass through the door to the room beyond. You probably have nothing more to tell me. Yeah, I can't easily exit out of this conversation. Okay, goodbye, bro. It's been real. This was very fun. You know, I'm glad my knowledge of the English language has allowed me to achieve. I feel like that's the only thing that would be difficult, is just if I didn't understand words. That would make that difficult. If I didn't know what arboreal meant. It's man, I feel like it's an easy word to understand. I mean, it comes to me pretty easily because of like, obviously I associate the word arbor with trees. I mean, if you've heard of Arbor Day, it's basically a day where everybody goes and plants trees, or you like think about trees, and it's Tree Day, you know? It's the day that you associate with trees. It's called Arbor Day. So, you know, that association is kind of useful. I'm not sure if I've ever had anybody teach me this word, but I think it's obvious from the context of what it means. In IMO.